All right, we'll start in 1 second. Give some people some time to come into the room. 40. All right, how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Let's talk about some things tonight. Other night, I did a live and I highlighted some people that has done some things. First of all, somebody comment to me down below. Let me know if you can hear me. Well, I got a bunch of stuff going on. I got some people working in the back of me. So comment if you can hear me well. Do I need to speak up some? Let me know in the chat if y'all can hear me well. Let's see what y'all saying. Loud and clear. Good, good. All right, so the other night we did a live and we were talking about some women that were inside of our group that has completed some deals, really successful deals. They've done this using our methods called tax deed investing. For those that may not know, we do two things inside of our program that we run. We invest in tax deeds, and tonight we're going to focus on the other thing that we do, which is called direct to owner. So tax deeds, I highlighted some of those testimonials the other night. I highlighted some of those women from our community that has landed some of those deals, that has completed deals and put 15,000, 20,000 in their bank account using these entry-level strategies that we've used. Tonight, I want to talk about the top earners in our community that has made well over 15,000 and well over 20,000 using some of the strategies that we use to go and find deals. That's going to be our direct to owner program. Inside of our direct to owner program, what do? We do exactly that. We go directly to land owners inside of any county throughout the United States at any given time, and we're looking for any acreage that we desire. This is why we love doing this the most, because this is just putting tax deed on steroids. Tax deeds cannot hold a candle up to going direct to owner. Why? Because we have taken back all of the control of the situation when we go direct to owner. Let me break that down. When you're going to a tax sale auction, you're at the mercy of the auction of what they tell you to do or how they tell you to participate, how much they tell you you can bid, what's the beginning bid, what's the end bid, the time you have to bid. All of the instructions and all of the rules that come with a tax sale auction, you're at the mercy of that auction. When we go direct to owner, it's the other way around. We state what we're looking for. We state how much money we want to offer for properties. We state what size properties we're looking for. We state when we want to make an offer. We state the county and state that we want to participate in. We have taken back all of the control when we go direct to owner. This is why this is our top tier program, because we pretty much control the scenario. So if I wanted a property in properties in Arizona, I strictly target Arizona and I pull up the county that I'm interested in. First of all, because you may be thinking, is it that simple? Well, in a nutshell, it is, because I've been doing it for some time. So you need to first know what's the data in the area. We don't just throw darts at a dartboard and say, I want Arizona because I want Arizona. We look at data when it comes to flipping land, right? We need to know what areas are moving. You don't want to participate in the area that is slow or may not be moving. You want to make money as fast as possible. So you're going to look at something that's called DOM, days on market. Days on market will let you know how long things are staying on the market, how fast they're moving off the market. It's very vital that we know days on market, right? When we're looking at days on market, what are we checking? We're checking the housing market, because there's no stat that tells us how fast land is selling, besides comps that you can pull from a realtor, right? But The land business follows the housing market. That's why we focus on days on market and we look at the housing market, because the land industry follows what the housing market does. If it's a booming market for houses, it's usually a booming market for land. Why? Because what do most people think that they can do with houses or attempt to do or do with land? They attempt to put houses on it. So if an area is booming with house sales, they're looking for land so they can build what? New houses. And what's going to sell the most? New construction. Hope that makes sense. So days on market, vital that we know what the days on market is, so we'll know if that's an area that we want to potentially participate in, right? After we do that, we then have at our disposal, we can pull up in any given area, we can pull up all the landowners in any given county at any given time. This is why we're highly successful using these practices, because we go directly to the owners. That's why we only deal with off-market deals. Most of you, you're looking for deals, but you're looking for on-market deals. If they're on the market, they're going to be placed at what? Retail market price. Now you're going to have to reverse and try to get somebody down from a retail price to a price that's suitable for you to make money. That's a harder task, as opposed to coming into it at a denomination that you already like. For example, if properties are going for $100,000, I know I want to make money in that area. I don't offer $100,000. I may offer something like $40,000, $35,000. So if they do go for my offer, there's meat on the bone, a lot of meat on the bone. Make sense? That's why this works really well in rural markets. Why rural markets? Because a lot of times in rural markets, you'll find a lot of vacant land that there's several reasons why they'll sell it to you. There's several reasons in even an urban area why they'll sell it to you. But in a rural market, many times people just have land sitting there that they may have used and not using it anymore. They're sick and tired of paying taxes on the property. Family have left it for them. They don't want it anymore. Nobody goes outside. Kids don't go outside for recreational uses no more, air property, and so on and so forth. There's always a scenario. They may just need the money. There's always a scenario why somebody is opting in to sell their properties, just like the housing market. I'll give the example. So the housing market, if you take a realtor and he or she has been working in the area, right? And now they're on their 20th year as a realtor, because there are realtors that have retired from doing real estate and selling properties. Do you think that they service 3,200 counties? No, absolutely not. They probably stayed in a few counties or within a radius of a few counties. And how could they successfully have a career within that same radius over 20 years? Because houses come on the market, houses go off the market. Some of them have sold the same house multiple times. So this is no shortage. No, this won't run out. And there's more vacant land than there is houses available for sale. Not my opinion, just the facts. All right. She said, I can't see what's going on. Can y'all see and hear me? Somebody drop it. Talk to me. Can y'all see and hear me fine? Just fine. Talk to me in the comments. All right. We're good. All right. So, all right. You can see and hear me just fine. So what I just spoke about is what we teach, right? This is what we've been teaching since we came out with a program. It's highly effective. It's no cap on how much money you can make in using these strategies, right? There's no cap. Does this work? Absolutely, this works. This works throughout the country. All right. So when we start talking about tax sales, see, most people are not aware, even if you're not participating at a tax sale auction, there's a lot of insight you can gain by just dipping your head in there, even if you're not bidding on anything. Because if I pull up to a tax sale auction, a lot of times I do, and I'm not looking to buy. I'm just looking to see what kind of properties are in that area and what the prices they're letting them go for, because I've done this before. If I identify that they have decent properties and the prices are going at a decent price, I then go direct to the owners in that area and I present them with an offer outside of the tax sale auction, because I want to have total control of my scenario. Hope this is making sense. I hope this makes a lot of sense to you, because this is how this gets done. This is how you get your family compounds. This is how you get your dream homes. This is how you get your homestead properties. This is how we bought 260 acres. This is how other members have completed, and we'll talk about those members and those deals. This is how you do it. It's exactly what I'm explaining now. All right? So we go outside of the auctions and we go to areas that we have done our homework on and we pull data on that are moving. The area is not moving. I don't advise you to invest in that area, regardless of what you may feel. Let the data depict where your money should go. All right. So I want to bring up one of our investors. These are the top earners inside of our community. And when I say top earners, meaning that they had yielded the highest financial gains off of deals inside of our community. The other night, we had 3 women. So I'm proud to say tonight, fellas, we got one. We have a gentleman who's in the top tier of earning inside of our program. So the rest of the fellas, catch up. So his name is Desmond. Desmond has been with us for quite a while at this point. And let's just go straight to his deal, his biggest deal. His biggest deal was he's working in Texas. A lot of deals in Texas, right? He's working in Texas, and he completed, I believe we had, I don't remember. I don't remember. I think it was a 30 acre or 32 acre, whatever it was. I think it was a 30 acre that we bought for $100,000 and we sold for $200,000. So some of you may be thinking, well, 100,000, I may not have 100,000. He didn't have 100,000, but guess what? We did. This is the beauty of having a community, and this is the beauty of having a community that you can lean on for finances. All right? Because we did have 100,000. We sold that deal, and it sold rather quickly. We sold it in about 2 weeks. We sold that 30 acre for, I believe, 250,000 or 238,000, whatever the number was. It was over 100,000 profit that was on the deal. All right. He didn't put up a dime out of pocket. He only needed money for the education and money to do the business. He didn't put a dime out of his pocket inside of that deal. Once we broke that deal down, the finances of it, because we put the money up for it, we were 50-50 partners on the deal. All right. This is what I like about the program, because we've never said you need money for your deals. You need money for the education and you need money to do the business. Once you find a deal, you don't need the money. If you don't have the money, we encourage you to come to us for the money. Why? I'm eager to partner with people on good deals. Why? Because you bring me the deals. I get a chance to look at the deals. I get a chance to green light the deals. I get a chance to insert my money into the deal, and I get a chance to make money with you. Everybody's happy. Everybody's winning. So now we're winning together. So once we broke this deal down, it was over 100 that we profited from this deal. We got our initial money back that we put up for the deal, whatever that was, the 50,000 or the 100,000, whatever it was. We got that back. Then we split the remaining 100 that was left on the table. In short, I think he ended up walking with something like 58,000 or something, somewhere around there. Definitely it was over 50,000 that he made on this one deal. Anybody got a problem with making 50,000 on a deal? Some of you don't make 50,000 in 1 year. And that's no shot at anyone. I'm just stating what the facts is. I'm just stating what the average number of what is being paid in the job society throughout the country. There's a lot of us, or a lot of jobs that don't pay over 50,000 in 1 year. He made 50,000 off of one land deal. And what does that do? Now, he feels like I can do more. He gets that courage to go out and do more and go and find more. Guess who I just got off the phone with before I got in on this live? I just got off the phone with Desmond. So that's something that we do for our community, because this is just not a community. This is people that we invest not only with. We're doing personal phone calls, because you can't make that kind of money and do those kind of deals and don't have any type of relationship. So now he has my personal number, and we just got off the phone discussing another deal. It's something about when they complete one, especially at that denomination, they always find more. Because since that deal, now I believe he's landed 3 other deals since that one. This is the 4th one that he's calling with me tonight. And it's another one that is a buy for $62,000 that I just spoke to his realtor. What was that conversation like tonight? So anytime I'm spending that kind of money, I need to, and they know, if you're inside of the community, they know what to bring to me. I need the facts of the deal. So he called me with his realtor. I need to speak to the realtor. I need to make sure the realtor has went out and walked the property. Who's our eyes and ears? I'm not flying out to Texas to walk a property. So I need his realtor. Now we're familiar with his realtor because we've done deals together. I've spoken to his realtor on the last deal. I even have trust in the realtor now. So when an area is working for you, you go back to the area that's working for you. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. And that's exactly what he did. He went back to the area, found more deals. Now he called me with his realtor tonight. We need to have a discussion. What do we have on the table? We have another 40-acre or 39-acre, right? That we're picking up for $60,000. How much can we sell it for? That was the discussion tonight. How much could it be sold for? What's the numbers on a quick sale? What's the numbers if we had to hang out for a little while? And then we'll take that evaluation. Then we'll make a decision if we want to partner on the deal. So now, what's that property we're looking to sell for? It's going to be a buy for 60, sell anywhere on the low end, 130 on the high end, 160. So it's another potential 100,000 on the deal. I expect for it to be around 80 to 75 on the table after we sell. That's excellent though, because his 50% of that should yield him anywhere on the lowest end, 25,000. On the highest end, he stands a chance of making over 40 on the next deal. So this is why we love this program, because there's no ceiling on, no cap on how much money you can make. What did Desmond do when he got his $50,000? Desmond walked off his job. I'm not telling you to come and do business with me and make $50,000 and walk off your job. In fact, I don't even dig that far into your business. It's yours to do whatever you like to do. But he said, I'm going to take my 50 and I'm going to go full steam ahead with this. Have at it. Who am I to tell another grown man what to do with their earnings in their life? I know it took me a little while to decide to walk off the job, though. I didn't just do my first deal and walk off. It took me a couple of years before we got to that point. All right. I'm going to bring somebody else up to the stage who is absolutely the highest earner inside of our program. And she is a woman. I'll bring her up to the stage in 1 second. September 20th, September 21st, we will be live in person. We'll be talking about everything that we spoke about tonight. We'll be talking about all the practices, all the strategies of land investing. We'll be, once again, highlighting these testimonials, talking about what they made in person. We'll be going deep, taking a deep dive in person on where and how you can get started. We'll be giving practical steps live in person. So when you leave that event, you won't just leave with motivation. You can leave with things that can be actually done. So for you being on the call tonight, right? Let me drop that in the comments for Facebook. If you're on Facebook, comment the word. Let me see what I want you to do. I want you to comment live. Comment live for these tickets. The event is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia on September 20th and September 21st. Comment live. And for you being here, the tickets are $197 because it's a 2-day event. So they're pretty much $97 a day. There's a 2-day event. But for you being on this live, what I wanted to do, because I know y'all could be doing something else, I offered a 40% off discount code, which is Land Farms 40. Use that code. I promise you it'll only be on for an hour. That code will only be active for 1 hour. So use that code, comment the word live, use that Land Farms 40 to get 40% off of the tickets if you plan on showing up on the 20th and 21st. And we'll be talking about all this in person. You'll get a chance to see some of the people that we hang out with, that we do business with. And more importantly, you'll get a chance to hear this and take these steps with you. Once you leave there, I'll be breaking down our tax deed strategies, how you can buy properties for $1,500 and sell for $9,000, $10,000. I'm going to give you practical things. Once you leave there, you'll be able to go home and do something. All right, Atlanta, Georgia is where it will be held at. It's a 2-day event. It's in the comments. Comment the word live for the tickets. Use the discount code to get 40%. I'm going to bring up my next, or our top earner. Bring up my top earner in our program. And our top earner, this young lady, off her highest earning deals, made over $100,000 in 1 month. I want to bring her to the stage. By the way, I have to reiterate this. Even Desmond, even the young lady that you're hearing about, neither one of them had any experience in land investing before meeting the Acre Boys. And I say that to say this, that long as you're reachable, long as you're teachable, you have a good attitude and a no-quit mentality, this could work for you as well. How could Desmond, a person that has never done any land investing, complete a deal and deals with an S on it now to where he has made thousands and thousands of dollars off it? How could this young lady, who has no experience in land investing, make $100,000 in 1 month? Now, when we started doing this, I knew that it could be done, but it's one thing for it to happen for yourself. It's another thing that you can show somebody else how to make $100,000. So it's a great feeling for me to even speak about this, that she made $100,000 with something that we gave her. And that's the ultimate reason why we put this program out there, because it's enough to go around. It's more than enough to go around. And these are lifelong partners at this point. They're both still in the program. They're both still doing very well. Guess what? I got a text from her today. We'll talk about her deal, but I got a text from her today as well. With what? Another deal. It's something about the ones that score. They don't stop. So how does she make $100,000 in 1 month? She used the practice that's called deal stacking. What's deal stacking, right? Deal stacking is when you close out on multiple deals in a calendar month. So she didn't take one deal and make 100 off of one deal. She closed out on 3 deals, right? So in order for her to profit 100,000, profit meaning take home, bank account, 100,000, and she didn't put any money in, that means her deals had to be at least worth 200,000, which they were. So her first deal was in a hot area that I advised her that if it were me, I wouldn't start there, but she done it anyway, and it worked. She bought a 1.5 acre in Suffolk County, which is out in Long Island, New York, and she sold it. We bought it for, I believe, 60,000, and we sold it for like 200. That's a home run of a deal when we can buy for 60 and sell for 200. And it went really fast. So that was 140 right there. Then she had 2 other deals. In totality, I don't remember all of the deals, but in totality, it equaled up over $200,000 profit. She didn't put money up. I've never said you needed money to do the deals. She didn't put the money up. She just found the deals. She put the money up for the education. She put the money up to do the business. She bought the deals to us. We find or provide the money for you. So when she closed out on those 3 deals, Her share, her 50% share, her 50% earnings equaled over $100,000. Since then, she has went on to do more deals. She texts me today, and I'll read the text verbatimly. Let's see what the text is. Her name is Stephanie. If you're on Instagram and you want to maybe inbox her to verify what Ray is saying, right? You know how y'all are. Y'all from the show me state. But if you want to inbox her, her name on Instagram is Naked Nachos. You can inbox her and ask her yourself about her deals. So she texted me today. She says, Ray, I got 6 acres in Michigan, offered 52,000. Owner wanted 120,000. I went back at him for 70,000, and he just called back and said he'll do it for 80,000. Property is worth 150. So that's a good deal. Buy for 80, list price 150. So that came in today. It's something about once they're on the roll, once they get that proof of concept, they find more deals. Because you get confident in what you're doing, you get confident with how you talk on the phone, you get confident with how you handle your deals and how you handle your sellers. Confidence comes once you complete deals and you're successful and you made $100,000. What comes next? Confidence is what comes next. And if you're smart, you go back and you rinse and repeat the things that got you to that point. All right. So super proud of her. She's a go-getter. She's one of the most experienced in our group. She helps out in the community, and she's a go-getter. She's not afraid to talk on the phone. She's not afraid to negotiate deals. She knows how to negotiate deals. Once she has a seller on the phone, she knows how to handle herself. She knows how to go after the price points that she's looking for. So I couldn't be more proud of her because when she came, she started from the beginning and she didn't know how to do any of that. But these days, she's on her own. She pretty much just contacts me if she has this, she may run into a stumbling block or she has a deal. She's on every training call. She's helping inside of the community. And that's what we cultivate. And that's what we want to have. A community full of investors that's helping each other and we're all winning. That's what this is about. And that's our director owner program. Could this be you? Absolutely. Top 3 reasons that you may feel that is not you. 1, you just don't know. 2, you don't have the income or feel you have the income. Or 3, fear. Fear of the unknown. So if you don't know, that's our job to inform. If you don't have the income, we've done our best. Contact. Sometimes you just have to open your mouth because now we have new payment processes that allow us to do Afterpay and Klarna and things like that. We're removing all of the excuses to get you involved. So don't let a small fraction stop you from life-changing earnings. Let me repeat that. Don't let a small fraction stop you from something that could be life-changing earnings. Could you make $100,000 in 1 month? Absolutely, you can. Let me put her face on the stage one more time. Let me put his face on one more time. There's nothing that they did special but pay for education and implement the education. That is it. That is the name of the game. If you can learn, you can earn. And you got to stop being afraid. You got to stop being afraid to invest in yourself. Right? See, I have a different attitude. Like the price of a course for me, like clearly nobody wants to lose money. Neither do I. But some of you have been following the Acre Boys for 3 years, 2 years. Some of you may still be looking for flaws or chink in the armor. Some of you still on the fence. Some of you just afraid to invest. We got one guy that show up to every free thing I offer. Long as it's free, he's there. He still ain't saved up enough to get involved yet. The free is not going to get you there. You got to run with the runners. And we're in an era, in a time that, yeah, we're moving at full speed ahead. Are you moving with us? Is the question. Is what I'm saying believable? Is the question. I can't make you believe. I can't make you invest. I can't make you go out and pay for mentorship or education. My job is just to report to you of what's going on in the space and things that are happening in the space. This is actual and this is factual testimonials. All right. We'll be live in person September 20th, live in person September 21st. Come spend some time with us. And we'll teach in the morning. Then in the evening, we'll go to a 23-acre property called Bean Acres. It's a beautiful property. It's a recreational property. You'll see what a well put together recreational property is supposed to look like. Because a lot of people, you hear about these things, but you'll get an opportunity to walk on it, stand on it, and feel it. The first VIP, well, I don't even know if we have any VIP tickets left, but those that came in first, we had it where the first 50 people received the VIP treatment. They'll receive a tour of the property, a personalized tour by the Acre Boys, and our team will give you a personalized tour of that property. It'll be good. We'll have some music out there. We'll have some food out there. We'll fellowship together. We'll get a chance to pick our brain. You'll get a chance to pick our partner's brain. So that'll be in the evening of that first date. And then Sunday, we'll come back and we'll close out with more teaching. All right. So hope this was not even insightful. I hope this was motivating. I hope this inspired you to do something, right? Make a decision. You coming to join the Acre Boys, make a decision. Do some homework, book a call, do something. Because these deals are out there and they're continuously going on. I want you to be a part of it. All right, I got to jump on another call. If you're getting those tickets, that 40% discount code, which is Land Farms 40, that will go away in 1 hour. 1 hour. Take 40% off your tickets. The tickets are $197 for a 2-day event. Take 40% off by using that discount code. I'll leave it on for 1 hour for you kicking it with me on this live. All right, comment the word live. Once you comment the word live, you'll be prompted to go to a page, and then you'll click in Land Farms 40 to get your tickets. All right, good night.